TTTT at the Trend Live. We're coming to you live from the Westgate Shopping Mall. Super excited. All right, so now for a few days now, the Westgate Shopping Mall has been hosting an amazing automotive event showcasing all of the cars that you'd want, all of them, affordable ones, you know, the ones that are going to be on budget. If you're trying to change your car, you're thinking of upgrading, or even just so that you can know in future, this is the car that I want. You know, this is where you want to come. So it's going on up until the 4th. So please do make your way here tomorrow. All right. So now, as you can see all around us, cars. Terence and Cindy are here. And where is Anita? What is Anita doing in that car? You didn't tell her the show started? Hey.
I just had to go and check what the interior looks like just to confirm when it gets to my house, it looks exactly how it looks now. Sana sana. Yes. Pale. Oh my God, that car looks so nice.
Is it?
It's not even funny. Like if
The
I used to
X5.
enter that interior on a daily basis to
Right.
go to work, I would
Yeah.
never be in a bad mood ever. And I
Yeah,
can,
it's true.
the cranking up of the music that will take place. You know those neighbors who when they check in, you know they've arrived.
Yes.
That would be me.
Terence, hii Mercedes hii hapa we from Bora Auto Care Limited. Hiyo pale unaiona imeandikwa 3M. Imeandikwa 3M. Eh.
Anani 3M tint na the cost. I'm actually a polo girl myself. Nice, short and sweet. That's the kind of car I like.
nikijiongelesha hii muda yote.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm actually a very nice small car kind of girl.
Yeah.
Like yes, polo, Nyumako, please.
No, I like those cars where
I
when I'm on the
honestly
road, I
like a
bully
Polo.
you guys now.
Polo now.
You bully us to
the cars
get
I
in.
like-
No.
Excuse me, the cars I like are the cars I can afford, right? So I like how you're all just like the Lamborghini.
No,
the,
from my lips to God's ears.
No,
You
yeah.
never know. You never know.
We're speaking blessings
That is
Yeah.
true.
into our
You
lives.
ask for it, you'll get it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of speaking, there are
Where's
people you
your
don't
faith?
want to hear them speak.
Hey, yes.
Unamwona
Well, my friends.
ameshika hiyo mic, unaona tu mtu anakimbia. No. Y'all know you. I don't know if you can trust our governor, Mike Sonko, on a mic. But what you can trust is that he will trend anytime he holds it like this. That is it. Everything he says, golden. Now this week he was. I definitely didn't like. Now he dominated, you know, the funeral service of former Kibra MP Ken Okoth, and at this event he decided to share a lot of things. No one was ready. No one was prepared. Did you see it? You didn't? Take a look.
Mwaka wa 2013 Ken aliponialika kufanya medical camp pale Kibra. Hiyo ilikuwa ni medical camp ya Sonko Rescue Team. Kulikuwa na manases warembo wa Sonko Rescue Team. Na kwa sababu Ken alikuwa rafiki yangu, nitakuwa nimemkosea. Mahali ataenda kulala atanichukia, na mimi nilijua ukweli. Ken alipenda Sonko Rescue Team nasa ambaye anaitwa Anita. Mimi ni shahidi.
Now, it's a double-edged sword. It's like, because there are two sides to this, right? There are children who do feel left out,
Yeah.
but then there's also the grieving family.
It's not the platform. That's the thing. It's just
Exactly.
ultimate. That isn't the platform. It's okay if you know how this child was conceived. It's okay if you know the mother. It's okay if you promised to do all these things. Say it when you're back at this woman's house, not at the funeral. It's for lack of a better way to put it, it's embarrassing to the grieving wife because this is unnecessary. It's just not the platform for these things. Oh my days. I remember how during the time he attended a wedding and I was like, I have to invite this guy to my wedding as well. There is no way, no how, ever in this life I would want him at any of my functions.
But do you think he said the right thing but the wrong platform?
Yes.
Like, do you think it was right for
And
him
to the wrong
say
audience.
and to the wrong audience?
Yes.
Beside all that, I feel different. Like men, we need a Sonko in our life.
To call you out.
No, just to say some things. Sababu, unajua Sonko amesaidia sana kesi ngapi? Sasa badala ya msichana akuje baadaye afile kesi aseme oh, you know, like trying to prove that
Yeah.
mtoto wako Sonko may make it easy. So he's the first witness to that. Beside the platform, but we all need that because I know of few on a very serious note. I
Right.
know of few families that I know of few families.
Would you like this one as well?
Yeah, I know of few families that have really suffered because baba alikufa na hakusema chochote.
Lakini nyinyi wanaume.
Si wanaume.
Wacha- no,
I'm
lazima
telling to
tuseme
all
stories
men,
za wanaume because
men
it
out
keeps
there,
coming
you
up.
need someone to confide in. Ule utakuambia buda, in case kaende mbaya. Anita nakuwaga wangu, Amina ni wangu, Cindy ako na mtoto wangu. Na nikifunga jicho hivi, huyu apewe hii gari, huyu apewe hii, Amina apewe hii, Cindy apewe ile juu ya mdomo.
Cindy anapewa.
You need a Sonko in your life. Wacha tuache kuangalia mali alisema. Which is your mics, mujitete?
No, but seriously,
Which is yours?
Nini na Machali, before you pass on, why can't you declare your wealth and sit the family together and say, you're my wife through matrimonial law, you are my wife through customary law. Let's sit together and agree. Why do you wait until funerals for people to bicker
Last-
over
Alright,
you?
first of
No, no, no.
all, there
Hawa
are two things.
wanaitagwa.
Wait. There are two angles. First of all, let's start with don't sleep with a married man unless you know he's also proposed to you. There's nothing wrong with being a second wife. by
Dunia
the way.
imetaruka, tuache na
It's
hizo
just
vitu, don't
ngoja, no,
sleep
sio
with
kwa
whoever.
nini unataka tu don't sleep with?
Hiyo umesema married man whatever.
Yeah. See, you can still do it legally so that now
Shaitani
Exactly.
ni yule
Pro-
yule.
proclaim
Shetani
it
ni
so
yule
that
yule,
if
jana,
you're
leo na milele.
polygamous, we know he passed on,
Yeah.
he had 2 wives. But
The
let
thing
the
is-
obituary not say 1 wife, and then another wife comes out of the woodwork, and then she says, no, I'm the second wife.
But why
Declare
does she
your
have to
wealth.
wait as well until the funeral? That's all I'm asking.
There are a lot of fears.
Why don't you just make plans for this woman in such a way where you tell her, listen, if I've kept you a secret for 25 years, remain a secret for the next 25 years. And here's how I am sheltering you. And the child.
But okay, what about the child? Do you know how it feels like for the child to be left out all of their lives? It's a bit, it's so unfair.
So Sonko was right. Whatever he
No,
did
but
was good.
not in the way he did it.
Definitely not the time, the
But-
place, the stage. People were
Aqua-
so happy. What were they cheering? I was so confused.
He was cheering because Sonko is speaking on behalf of many.
No.
A lot,
It's
many
drama.
who are cheering especially men because wanajua kuna kasiri kangu na ngoja kasemwe. Ni nani
Then so you say it
atakasema?
yourself.
I'm so confused. Why are
How?
you looking for a song? See, like this, the way you're speaking now with this mic.
Sema sahi.
Niseme aje?
Tujue sahi.
Ambia sahi, unataka kuambia nini
Just-
mama nani?
No, aisema
Raising
si mimi
Bila.
niseme, ni rafiki yangu atasema. You can't say some
Ah,
things.
no,
You
no,
need
no,
someone
no,
to
no.
say those things.
Right away, we'll do something. Just don't leave this woman in a situation where she has to come after you're dead to ask to start saying, oh, you know, it was also I'm alive.
Unajiulizanga kwa nini watu huandika will mwisho?
Now, there's a spanner in this works because, you know, there were pictures doing around. So these are real receipts that the mother of the child was known to the family. The family knew her. She was part of family events. The mother knew her. There's even a picture of her with the mother. There are pictures of them together. So I'm also baffled as to why this is all nice and cozy, but when, you know, he passes on, all of a sudden, they're sidelining. So I also feel in that element, it's good for the family to sit together and agree and discuss. Like some politicians came after, I think it was Right Honorable Raila Odinga, who said, let the family sit together and
agree.
discuss. But since we started off with the top of Sonko revealing this secret in a public forum, I agree it was not the right forum.
But
I
it was
sort
the
of,
right thing.
I agree that it was the right thing because
Asante sana.
if the family knew about her and she had been accepted before, it's very unfair that when he passes on, now all of a sudden you decide she doesn't exist.
But you see, something else that's also very unfair is that he's not even 6 feet under yet.
Right.
And now all the headlines just read, you know, something about his very private affair. If we're going to be talking about him as well, why can't we talk? You know, I would appreciate if we also continued celebrating everything that he did, all the lives that he
achieved, yeah.
changed, and you know,
Which is
because we're
what happens
tainting
with
his
almost
image as
every
well.
prominent person who dies these days. The second they die, in a span of a week, there's somebody who's going to pop up from the woodworks and say, actually, and you're just like, guys, you need to have provisions
Actually,
You know
for
why
these
they do
women.
that?
and in fact, did you guys miss when Sonko said I have a second wife? He was just
Yeah,
I
I
know
was
he
just
was
trying.
looking for
Yeah.
a way to drop, because you know they say if you say something bigger,
Yeah.
But you ask yourself why wanakujanga mapema, why they come immediately. Because kama itasemwa hapo utatokwa. Familia ni zile zile, watakuruka.
Useme kabla ziko,
Unaona sasa ukisema hivi kwa public, Kenya ndio imeona na Kenya becomes your first witness.
Which brings me back to my original point. As men, polygamy is legal in Kenya. There is the matrimonial law and customary law enshrined in our constitution. If you're going to have a second wife, whether it is 10, 15, 20 years after marriage, declare your wealth. Sit down and tell people you're number one, you're number two. These are the kids from number one, these are the kids from number two. I'm sure in Islam it's allowed, yeah? Up to 4 wives, isn't it?
So who are you telling?
It's allowed.
Yes.
You tell
You
your
call your
wife,
wives.
your
So
first
nyinyi
wife
nimewao,
and
nikuje
her
niambie huyu.
family.
Alafu
but I mean,
nikwambie.
tunaongea before, si nitajua. I'll always know that you
You are
want to
the
marry
first
4
wife. I
wives.
come and tell you now I'm introducing Anita.
No, but
Then
I
I'm
mean
introducing
before,
Cindy.
no.
Nyinyi wasichana nyinyi.
I mean, there's some who actually, I'm looking as well for the second wife. It helps.
Acha
Anyway,
ikae
but
kama siri.
there's also the 10
Itatangazwa na
million
Sonko next.
fall from parliament. Anyway, that I read somewhere in the paper, and I was like, how could that also just come up? Surely, the child also just wants to be recognized, you know, because it's. I'm telling you, you grow up, that kind of thing really does traumatize you, you know.
But Amina,
Real
what
quick before
about-
we're about to take a break.
Oh, we're going on breaks. But what about also, if you know you're a klande, you're a second wife, you're a side chick, why don't you also make the necessary efforts to make sure you are known before the guy passes on? Because you're very comfortable thinking he's going to, you know, take care of you for a while, and anything can happen. So if you know you're dating a married man and you will eventually be a second wife or a klande or
Declare
a side
yourself.
chick, you declare yourself.
That is how you'll
or
disappear.
you deal with the consequences.
That is how you'll disappear.
Tunatuma declaration sahi hapo Twitter. I declare.
Don't
What was
declare.
it?
No, mine is an example.
You
You know those pictures where you only see the guy's arm hair, only the finger, the nail, the toe.
hand,
Suddenly
the
you see
sweater,
the
the
sweater,
jacket,
the shoulder.
the shoe.
You don't go now, you see the whole.
You
This
will-
one.
This is
Yeah,
the
the way
man.
of Temad. This one is also my man.
Oh gosh. Oh my
No.
God. That's terrible. The hashtag is TTTTTTT. There are usually so many. At the Trend Live, we're going to be back. Take selfies on that camera. Alright. So there you go. That's
you
the
only took
Reno.
Gari iko kwa weka gari kwa frame.
The latest device from
Jiweka gari kwa frame.
Oppo. Absolutely love it. I really love this phone. Now, if you see the back, Cindy has the device. Now, if you see at the back, it has the 3 lenses. That is the 48 megapixel, the 13 megapixel, and the 8 megapixel camera. So that gives you 10 times zooming quality. That is ridiculous. And do you see how the camera pops up when you take a selfie?
I know, I thought that was really cool actually.
Yeah. It's at an angle.
So cool.
Don't do that. Angalia ushamba.
Usifinye hivyo.
Ukipress tu, no?
Si kitaki.
Sorry,
Yes.
Basi.
Ni sawa, ni sawa.
Gracious. As you can see, that's a large panoramic screen as well. Oh, the back is so black and sleek. You could choose, though. They have options.
Flick and black.
And I think the one thing that
Black,
we'll all
just
choose
the
a
way
phone
Cindy
for is the
likes it.
camera.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to be talking more about that as the show goes on. At the Trend Live with the hashtag TTTT. I don't know why I urgently need to cough.
Titi.
I think it's all these cars.
Is that a
Zinanishtua.
clue?
I know, right?
Or is that like the signal where now they come and say everyone goes home with a car?
The one.
But you see what you'll go with
I'm
home.
trying to give the director. He's
You're
not
like,
getting.
mbona ushiki?
So-
Cindy wewe unaingia taxi straight.
You know what needs to happen though?
Yeah.
You need to start seeing men popping up at these funerals, just like na mimi pia nilikuwa na Anita.
I
na
know,
mimi pia
right?
nilikuwa-
Wanaume tuko na decorum. Tutokeagi hivyo hivyo.
Watavunjika tu roho na wakae nyumbani. See, they have nothing to show for it per se. Unless they bought you the house, they paid for your wedding and combination na mtu mwingine.
Don't ever do that to a man.
Wanapatana watano.
Oi.
Please be faithful. Hata kama tuko watano, be faithful to me. Usiwahi nionyesha kuna kimutu hapa kando.
Also, we're allowed to cheat. We should just learn how to do
No,
it
in
a
an
very-
African setup and culture, women are not supposed to cheat.
Jesus.
No, it came from our babu's.
No, they're
Hey.
You know, no, if you cheat, you go. If I cheat, I stay. Mimi nimejaribiwa. Wewe unanijaribu.
But it's polyandry now.
Where? India, not Kenya.
Kisi, Busia.
In Kisii,
Who's the lady who lives with two Jamas?
Wamerogwa hao.
Hey.
Tunaingianaje kwa nyumba moja ati umeingie bude umeingie tunawe. Never ever. Men are very selfish naturally.
Buddha.
We are very selfish.
Ati Buddha umeosha vyombo. Ni tani yako.
Buda umemhaga, acha ni mhaga. Never.
Babu umemhug too tight sana hata mimi acha nimhug tighter.
Anyway, you know what? We're going south. Listen. Now, from running Gikomba, I don't know if you guys saw this story. This is quite unfortunate. Now, from running Gikomba Market and all, the projects from, their country, there has always been a question of what exactly do we, as Kenya, what do we get from all that we offer the Chinese? Now, this week, they gave us some things that went missing, unfortunately, and we couldn't find them. Nothing in return, I guess. Anyway, now, a container labeled diplomatic goods was delivered to Parliament this past Tuesday by the Chinese government. Now, the goods expected were electronics, including projectors, laptops, and I don't know if this was an honest mistake, but once it got there, there was nothing.
I think they were
Have you heard of a website called ebay.com?
Yeah?
Have you ever tried ordering anything from ebay.com? Have you seen what has arrived once you've done that ordering?
What you ordered versus what
yes,
you got?
Yes. So I really feel something might have happened to this guys. There was that I ordered mirrors, like 7 of them. There was even dimensions, inches, everything. It was meant to cover an entire wall. When my delivery came, I went to the post office. I was expecting them to bring me boxes. I got an envelope. I was so confused. I thought they were, honestly, I thought they were refunding me my money because maybe those mirrors were not available. There were small mirrors inside that envelope in the same shapes as the mirrors I ordered.
Oh, wow.
I also feel like it's the same thing as, buying land online. Today I went to see another piece of land that was being promised. The picture had waterfalls, nini, unicorns. Things were just, I get there. It is deep in the heart of Kajiado, deep in the interior. Picture ilikuwa inakaa very different, just on the road. Hotels are coming up.
Amenities.
All-weather
road.
No elevator.
Near the beach.
Yeah, imagine in Kajiado.
No, but if this container was going to the parliament, I think they were delivering void promises.
As usual.
That's what you're going to happen.
But let me ask you, why is China giving parliamentarians laptops? What's that about? What do they need them for?
How?
Yeah,
From-
like what do they
how?
need them
From
from? They're like,
China?
this relationship, there's SGR here, laptops. Why parliamentarians?
Maybe in here is
They have a budget provision for all this equipment. So why are they being given? So
Exactly. They have budget provisions for anything that they need. If they need to do any upholstery, why would they get donations of laptops from China? That is a scheme. Somebody sat down and told them, in Kenya,
hiyo ni bonus.
in Kenya, as MPs, we don't type anything. We have to type them out. So, kwa hiyo do, ongeza ya kutoa ya laptop. So, wakaongeza ya kutoa ya laptop and they disappeared. They are in somebody's shop right now.
Being sold.
Being sold very fast.
But why is Kenya like this? As in, it's reached a point where, even when I see news that should be as shocking as that, I'm just like, I'm like, but it's Kenya. As in, I don't think there's anything else our parliamentarians can do that would make me go. Nowadays, I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Me, I wouldn't be sure.
Which should not be how we're supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like we shouldn't have reached the point where we're just complacent to the idea of mediocrity, and we're just like, no, but that's how they are.
Yeah.
And then come 2022, we'll be like, we'll go vote for you again.
Very early in the
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
So sad.
Uchapwe na baridi ukule
But why
githeri,
are
and
we
then you still get
tolerating
them again.
Chinese?
Who?
Wa China.
What do you mean? They
Tunawapenda
were about to
sana.
get an entire village of their own.
Mi naona
Yes,
mi naona ni kama
yes,
Kenya
yes,
imeuzwa.
Which county was this that wanted? Was it Meru or Embu?
Meru or Embu?
Yote.
There was a
No.
county that wanted
Yes.
an estate for the Chinese.
Like a Chinese
It was
village.
meant to be a Chinese
Cindy,
village.
you
It
have
was
no
meant to be
microphone. I'm
something
confused
So-
as to how you're just shouting.
Oh, sorry. It was meant to be something to do with tourism. Do you remember we talked about it a couple of weeks ago? I think it was Meru or Embu.
But they're really occupying the sides of Syokimau and
What do you mean? Kilimani is theirs. Half the buildings in Kilimani.
Unajua wako
Uyi,
mpaka
ha,
Luthuli. They have shops at
wo, hu.
Luthuli. In 3 years watakuwa naongea Kikuyu hapa hivi, mutachanganikiwa
That's
sana.
true. Yeah.
Hata saizi
Because-
kuna watoi Jaden Wu,
They don't know
Liam
kama
Wa.
wa wageshi.
It's to the point where they even want to add the Chinese language to be compulsory in the curriculum for students in our schools. And I'm like, how
Yeah.
now, brown cow?
Was it in Zimbabwe that they have their own, but the publications? And
Yeah.
it's moving. All right, so now something that did shock people though was this picture that I don't know if you saw it. Now wengine wanasema hii picha yani ya DP na bibi yake kidogo yaleta shida. All right, so now William Ruto launched a national prayer altar at his Karen home. And Kenyans cannot have enough of this picture of Mama Rachel's pose while she was greeting the DP. Did you see it? No, the picture was... She was
What is surprising you guys? No, that's how my wife greets me.
what's...
Kalenjins are very submissive.
Mimi si
Not
nimekuja
like
kwenye
my
sijamuona
central.
kisalimia hivyo.
Kwanza ni ku-high five.
Wewe ni dem. Mimi ananisalimianga hivyo. Not like akina Anita Central people. Ati ndio kuigia.
Oh, President Kingston, ndio huyu, ndio anaigia. Okay, all right.
They are very submissive. I don't know why you guys are surprised. Kales are very submissive.
Even me,
I
even
can't-
us, our
I-
community,
Yeah, it's
that's
like
exactly how we
Maasais.
greet.
Sorry?
My mother,
Akina Duale. Wewe
I
umetoka
can
kuna Duale?
guarantee you, I have never seen.
No.
Oh, umefika? Okay. Tuone news. Haya.
Ndio kuigia. Utakula sahi ama utaoga kwanza?
No.
No,
Chakula
my
iko kwa
Central people
microwave.
should learn from this.
Ama
Where?
au kuleta chakula.
Umekuwa
umekuja.
mchana mzima?
Let me tell you, I've ever waited for someone to bring food and then they walk in and they have no food and then you ask them, what iko wapi food? And then they're expecting a greeting. No.
What?
Where's the food?
There's no anger on earth as bad as that one. You know, you've waited. You know when this person arrives, they have your food with you.
You have expectations.
As in, you're, the only reason why you've even been waiting to hear their car enter the driveway, the only reason you're hoping they're alive, the only reason
Care for
you're
their
hoping they're
safety.
safe is because they have your food. And then they have the audacity to enter the household. And then they're like,
Umepika nini?
hi. And then you're like, you know, you look at their hands. Hata uangalie uso. They would have lost their
Unaona
head
kama amesahau kwa
on their
gari.
way in. You're looking at their hands. You're like, where's the food? Which food? You're like,
But there was nothing. So
Do
there was
not
nothing
kill.
wrong with the greeting. I mean, I think it was really.
No, I think it's
respectful.
fine.
It was nice.
There's some, I guess there's some people who, that's how they are with how they, you know, I don't know, behave towards their better halves or just in
Not
general.
people.
Like in Uganda, they're very, but they say hi to you, they're halfway
Wanapiga magoti.
down. Some of them kneel. It's like,
Yeah.
it's
Things you
Like
never
my
do.
sister's nanny.
Kenyan
It's so
women are very
shocking.
proud.
Da?
You can't piga magoti and salimia
Napiga
mwanamke.
kwanza ile ya kulala ati nitandike nitembe na
Ese
bedsheet
wanalala.
pika zangu tu
Prostrate like when
nikutandika
Jesus
sasa
comes.
nikisalimia hata kwa
Sasa
simu.
Hey.
Yes.
No way,
Sasa
no
utalala
way.
tutasalimiana aje?
Kwa tao.
Where am I
Kwa
touching?
simu,
Mgongo, kichwa
Fanya hivi.
unakusalimia.
Choose the part
We're
to
taking a
touch
break,
and
we're coming
bless.
back. You're watching TTTT. At the Trend Live, so you can tell us what you think about the topics that we are talking about. We're gonna get back in a bit. And welcome back. All right, so now tonight's show, we're coming to you live from the Westgate Shopping Mall. As you can see, cars all around me. If you are one of those guys who goes on and on and on and on, my moti, you guy, my guy, walai, my guy, you're one of those guys, or you just generally love cars. It could be, you know, whether it's an obsession or a fascination of just, you know, the engineering behind some of these fascinating, incredible machines. You can come through and check it out. It's an amazing automotive event that's going to be taking place for the next few days. We want you to come in and see all of these cars. Everyone is telling Cindy to get that car behind
Aki,
her.
imagine even my realize ati ndio poa na wewe. Aki, speak blessings into my life.
It's because
baby.
you're in so many. It's very colorful, your outfit,
it
and it,
looks
you know,
like
it just.
I look like I should just be
Yeah.
in.
It's a
But
cycle.
I clearly didn't get the memo. Look at your outfit. Look at his outfit. Look at her outfit.
No, no,
and
no.
Then,
But
because
there's-
of the car behind you, Anita.
But
we had-
Terrence and Anita,
talked
don't they
about
look
this.
like they should start a church and be called
Yes.
mom and dad?
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
behind
Who's that?
the
Give it
BMW
Give it a
X5.
try. Give it a try. Give it a try.
You know,
Maybe
mom
I-
and dad behind the
Wapendwa, kabla
X5.
nimkaribishe mke wangu, wacha kielele.
Oh, sorry.
They're normally humble.
oh, okay.
Greet
sorry.
him the way
They are.
Ruto's wife.
Church, I want to
greets
talk
Ruto.
about something about my wife.
Hey.
She's the best thing that ever happened to me. Bwana
Hey.
Sisa.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I love you, sweetie.
Wait, do people do this? They do this?
Yes.
Na
Married
ukikufa,
to
do I
one
need-
wife,
do I
glory
need
to
to
Utajuana kwa matanga.
Hallelujah.
Huyu Cindy atakuwa.
Let me tell you, there are people, you know, the
That's
people
induction.
watching right now. They're like, babe, aki watu wako na stories funny. Uko
Yeah,
na,
reality.
uko na mtu, uko na.
So
That
you
time
know
he's just
that-
like, I need a
Tuongee
Sonko.
kama mabesti.
I need a Sonko in my life. All right, so now, guys, we've sat down, we've thought about it, and if you need
They're
a
giving me
Sonko
the
in your
BMW.
life
Oh.
Yeah, I'm here.
to bring out these things from the woodwork,
Hire me.
you can call this number 07128911. Well, I won't go.
Seven.
Hakuna.
Utapeana namba yako ya M-Pesa.
Imagine.
Hapa.
Well, men in the households were like,
They were calling. They were ready.
But
Alright, so now-
somebody should start a service like that. I'm sure there's a kuyo somewhere who's like, by the way, ni biashara opportunity.
Ibada ya kufungua roho.
Kazi yangu ni kwenda kwa mazishi za watu na ku-announce the other chick.
Imagine, think about it. There's free food. There's so many things.
Yes,
Then
transport.
then you can also double as
party.
No, but they have to
Mona.
pay you. They pay you the day they're giving you the secret, so
Yeah.
that in case,
They
just
change
in
their
case, you
mind.
don't, yani uko na hiyo dough in
Oh,
advance.
you be part of the wheel.
Yeah.
Ewa.
Anyway, listen. There's an incredible device I want you guys to check out. This is Reno from Oppo, the latest device to rock us. Now, I love the fact that you can take some
when I see a
amazing
selfie being taken, I'm
pictures.
always like,
Chikae kani kama unanipenda.
The camera is superior, second to none in the market. Look at that. 48 megapixel at the
My
back,
car
13
behind.
megapixel and 8 megapixel camera. That is amazing. It still comes, of course, with the VOOC flash charge. You enjoy, it's about like 5 minutes. You put it in the charger. You could do things on your device for 2 hours because you charge it for 5 minutes. They understand life is busy. People need to get back to what it is that they were doing, and they understand it. They get it. The 6.6. Nimesema na kikao. The 6.6.
Those looks like my
The-
car. You look like my wife's.
Hey,
wow.
All right. Anyway,
Ni
the
kwa kamera.
6.6-inch
We don't know
panoramic
how
screen
changwa.
actually captures everyone's wives.
Yeah.
I mean, not everyone's wife, just like the ones who are here.
right now we're over here joking around. Terence's wife is at home like,
Eh?
okay,
Yeah.
haya, kuja nyumbani.
Shamba jimani.
Anasema hii joke umerudia sana.
Oh.
Something you're
Hii
personal.
joke ni kama hutaki ikwishe. Hutaki hii joke ikwishe.
But sawa,
Okay.
Anita, unajua tukipatana kwa kesi iwe ni mzuri. It's okay.
So now, let's just keep
Wow.
this story
So
going. Now,
basically-
Ember Cassie West MP George Theory is no stranger to controversy. However, this week he was arguably trending for good reason. Now he stepped out with a baby on his back. Daddy playing nanny. I don't know, it sounded better in my head. Saying it out loud, daddy.
Saying nani. But now,
Daddy-
when you
Daddy
say it out
taking
loud, you're
nanny.
like,
Yeah, even me in my head, I'm like, it
Like nanny.
doesn't sound how you thought you wanted it to sound. Not at
Daddy
all.
should not be
Ni
playing
playing
nanny.
nanny.
Most
No.
probably he was apologizing.
That sounds like a title to something completely different.
Alikuwa amechoma na jaribu
Daddy
kusafisha.
playing nanny is another Sonko situation.
Daddy ni wa nani?
Daddy is playing with a nanny. It's very
Oh my god, I'm going to laugh and then my eyelashes will
Oh.
just come off. Anyway, whatever, man. Listen, did you see the picture or not? Did you see the picture
I
told
did, but I didn't
of
think
daddy
it was
playing nanny?
such a
It was
big
sent
deal.
to all
I mean,
fathers, including me. There's some things I won't do.
Really, you wouldn't carry your baby around?
Seriously.
I love
Like if I don't mean it.
I always tell my friends there's nothing that looks more adorable than when a guy is actually, seen actively participating in his child's life.
Right.
You've seen those
Or paying
baby-
rent as well. It's equally as adorable.
or buying us
Without
BMWs.
paying.
I mean, I'm just saying.
No
But
me
yeah,
I beba
like-
my kiddo.
No, like I
On
mean,
your
there's,
back.
there's all these
Na
different
leso.
ways. But then
Ah,
the way,
ni kadogo, yeah.
you know how the internet is. They parent your kid for you. They were like the way that leso ilikuwa imefungwa, the kid was dangling dangerously. Da, 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 da. I'm just like, okay,
It's
guys,
okay.
at least there's a dad somewhere who is
Playing nanny.
willing to participate in the active taking
Thank
care
you.
of their child.
Very true. Because we also do have those deadbeat dads.
Even that there's men
Facebook
who
pages.
believe that it's the wife's job primarily.
Yes.
Ye kazi yake ni kulipa rent na kuleta chakula. And to be called dad. That's it. That's where his responsibility as a father stops.
Me I
Actually,
beba my kid, I bathe her. Yeah.
That's
I'm
really
very
nice.
responsible. Hapo ndio
That's
mnasema
really nice.
Aww.
thanks guys.
My son is 1 year,
And
and
then
every
your
time I
wife is
take
watching
him
and
to
she's
clinic,
like,
what
when?
warms my heart is there are an equal number of men as there are women at the clinic, which is very different from my firstborn 8 years ago. So I love that more men are adopting the notion of being active parents, and they're not afraid of being displayed as being active parents. This is a good show, I think.
But msituzoe sasa tufike sasa nioshe vyombo.
What?
Nipanguzie floor.
Terence.
Na tusifike
What
hapo.
have you- if I'm
Nikushtue.
doing all the cooking,
Vyombo,
the least you can do
kata
is what-
kitungu, osha
Yes.
ngodha.
You know,
Eh!
Wait,
yangu.
No, okay, no.
Kwa nini?
Kama
Yako?
naosha yako, unaosha yangu.
Si tumeoana.
Hapana.
Wait,
sisi
wait,
sioane
why
hiyo
are we
design
washing
pia.
each other's
You know,
underwear?
You
Just
know,
wash your own underwear. I don't want to see what you were up to the
Men
day
have
before.
this notion when they marry you, they
for
marry
better,
you.
for worse.
Yes, to
Aye.
cook, clean, and wash their underwear. So
There's
even
a level
you
of
wash
worse
for the
that
wife.
No. There's
Okay.
a level of
What
worse
is wrong with you washing my underwear?
Put it in the washing machine or wash it yourself.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hapana, si kila mtu
and
ako na
gentlemen,
washing
Really
machine.
digress. We started off on a very
Guys,
high note.
guys,
No, for
and then
better,
now
I don't
we're
know.
on a very
I
low
don't know
note.
if you guys saw.
Why are you avoiding the worst?
Excuse me,
keep your
Anita
underwear to
and
yourself.
Terence.
Sorry.
Clearly, that is a pet peeve. That if you were gonna get married, that's
This
an
is
issue.
we need an
Munaweza
inner
discuss.
solution when you're talking
However,
about innerwears.
seeing as tuko na deni, umeona ile deni si tuko nayo kama nchi, ndio tukae hapa tuongelee juu ya underwear yenyu.
Haitatusaidia.
Watu wamekosa hata PhD. Muliona hiyo na nyinyi mko hapa. I will wash my underwear.
Who
You
will wash my underwear for me?
They
Now,
should
the,
introduce a course called underwear
got-
washing.
What?
And you
What?
part a PhD.
What?
So
Aye,
it's
that's
under
what- You
laundry.
need to meet a guy called Eddie.
Good
Wewe
God.
na yeye.
Even times
Same
up.
WhatsApp group.
All right.
No,
All right. So the you know the main
Check-
takeaway
after
from
the
tonight's
show, we
show is your
discuss the
underwear
underwear
conversation. You know
thing.
that, right?
Sorry?
Kila
the
mtu
takeaway.
ajioshe suruali ya ndani tafadhali.
Na kwa hayo machache
For better, for
na
worse.
manono na marefu na tunatumaini ambayo umepata imekuwa dipi.
Natumai imeingia,
Asante kwa kuwatch
imezama.
na
Oh, it's
kutizama.
over?
It's over.
It's
Thank you so
over.
much for watching.
So we can continue arguing about the underwear. Yeah, wacha-